Hey there, YouTube! Welcome back to Gunpla Insider, brought to you by Gunpla Network, Canadian Gundam, and Hobby Co. I'm your host, The Spicer, and today we're going to be talking to the incredibly talented Red Kojo. Red, please let everyone know a little bit more about you.
Alright, my name is Wayne Garcia, first of all, 29. First started watching Gunpla when I moved to Puerto Rico. I remember at the age of 9 when Tsunami came out. Gundam Win, watching it. It came out on my birthday. That's how I remember it. And then 2 months later, I don't know if you remember the first commercial that ever came out for Gunpla. Mm-hmm. The really bad one that's like level 9, you know, that stuff. And the first time I saw that, oh my god, I want that for Christmas. I asked my mom for that, begged her for that. And my two kits were the high grade Wing Gundam and the high grade Epion. First night, build it. Well, yeah, build it. It took me one night to build it, but I remember opening it, I'm looking at like, holy crap, what the hell is this? Man, he was in Japan. I was like, what is this stuff? And then I built it best as I can. And I was super happy with those two kits. And then, actually to this day, I still have them. But when I looked at them, I'm like, oh my god, they're so terrible. But yeah, Gundam Win. That actually, you know, was my childhood right there. And then from there, my cousins from Puerto Rico, they're big anime heads, and they have old like VHS tapes from Dragon Ball Z. And I was watching GT and Jap and all that stuff, and then I came across the original Gundam VHS, and I was watching this. So I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool, but it looks so bad. And then that's how I was introduced with Char. Char became my favorite pilot from the series, and then later on started watching MS8 and fell in love with that. Also fell in love with Advanced Zeta, one of the best series. Then went to high school, college. I wasn't building as much. I was trying to focus my goal, how to learn how to draw, be a cartoon artist and stuff like that, and go as planned, stuff like that, because the requirements. But I remember I was watching Gundam Seed came out, did not like that, so I lost faith in Gundam after that. And then Unicorn came out. Didn't watch Unicorn until recently. I started building Gunpla again 2 years ago. Yeah, it's going to be 2 years ago. And then I decided to watch Unicorn. I fell in love with Gunpla over again. Unicorn just did it. That's like favorite Gunpla anime series ever. That's when it actually forced me to build more and stuff like that. Pushing myself to like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to airbrush, I'm gonna learn how to scribe, I'm gonna learn how to build dioramas, just all that crazy stuff. So from there, I just started buying kits like a madman, just like my first perfect grades, master grades, real grades, and all that stuff. But after that, it's just history from there. It's like I just love Gundam so much. It's like my whole even my whole family, they know it. You know, they enjoy like all the work I do and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. But not only that, but Gunpla actually saved my life too, because there's a time like beginning of this year I was kind of depressed and I stopped building for a while and fell off in social media from Instagram and stuff like that. I was staying with a person, ex-girlfriend, did not like just being suicidal and stuff like that. I tried to help her with her situation, and then when I broke up with her, then you know, started building. I pick up a random, look at it, let's build this, and I started building again. Then I fell in love with it again. I was like, actually, you know, would have been for Gunpla, I would have met the people I met now, like all the amazing people now, like Gundam NYC, which is New Type Tim. We met in person, like before he even got famous. We met in person and we became cool. Great Gunpla and all the other guys. It's just they were supporting me about my situation. You know, those guys right there in Gunpla actually like saved my life. You know, just because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you really found a passion, and you know, you got to share that with people. And yeah, Gunpla NYC, super cool dude. They're kind of friends of friends of friends to him, but very, very cool. And yeah, it does. I think a lot of people in the community have kind of gone through a little bit of that to some degree. And,
exactly. I mean, I remember when I was dealing with these issues, I got people on Instagram message me, hey, it'll be all right. You know, I went through this and that. You know, I'm not the only one. It was like, it's crazy though. It's like, message me, your inspiration. I'm like, I don't feel an inspiration. I'm just a normal guy, just build plastic robots and stuff like that. You know, it's just, you know, it's crazy how this this community, like how open it is. Like the voice, like everybody has a voice, they can announce it. It's like, it's like this community is crazy. Like where I'm at now, it happened through Gunpla, basically.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you find something you have that big of a passion for, and not only is it helpful towards your hobbies and things like that, but it starts kind of seeping into your normal day-to-day life, and you start having kind of more of a positive mindset on a lot of things.
Exactly, but not only that, it's just like it gives you more confidence and motivation. Like if I could achieve this in life, I could achieve other things. Like last year at GBWC, when I entered my mega size like Sakura Stripter, I know I wasn't gonna win. I was like, I'm gonna do the fun of it. I seen people online with all their entries all over the world. I seen the trailer for the GBWC. I'm like, oh, this is so inspiration. It's like, I remember watching this one girl from Singapore, 6-year-old. She won like the junior division, and she did a simple build. Like, holy crap! She could do it. Anybody could do it. Basically, it was like, I forgot the name of that build. Oh man, I remember it was I want to say it was an RX-78, and it has like the Japanese temple. It was
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Like, blew everybody off, and she got like crazy kits, and like it was crazy. I'm like, holy crap! Anybody could do this stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it really does. Like seeing other people and what they're capable of really does affect you that way. Kind of not a negative competition, but like it kind of motivates you. Like, oh, I'm gonna try this next or this next or
exactly, because I told myself this year, and you obviously know Gundam Nerd. He pushed me this year because I was doubting myself when I had my situation with I was going through that thing with my ex-girlfriend. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna win this year. I was switching between kits. I was like, I want to use the Sasabi, but I'm thinking about everybody uses the Sasabi every year. Sasabi's a big monster. Like, okay. So I was thinking maybe a perfect raid. I'm gonna use the perfect raid Zaku 2, Shards, and RX-78 battling out. Then when Bluefin, I was waiting for it when Bluefin ever gonna announce the GBWC United States. And then I remember one day I came home from work, my friend called me. Yeah, he called me and he was like, "Oh, did you see the rules for the GBWC?" I was like, "No, I just got home from work at like 7 a.m. He's like, watching the video. I'm like, "What? I have a month to build and stuff in Jersey?" I'm like, "This is stupid." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I had to change everything. So the next day, I was like, "All right." No, it was actually the same day. I was like, "All right, I got to change my idea." Applied. It's like, "All right." The title's called Demon's Wrath, but in the photo they did a typo, so they spelled Wrath. They put board, but I don't know why, but it's called Demon Wrath. And I was like, all right, the only way for me to build something really quickly has to be one of the RE100's IBO kits.
Yep.
Easy, fun, And I was like, all right, so decide to buy 2 different versions of the Barbarials. I decide which one I want to grab. Like, choose a Lupus, bought the Grays, and start building them. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna paint them yet, but I don't even know how to build a diorama. So this is the time when me and my new girlfriend now that we're together now, I asked her like, "Oh, do you guys sell this pink styrofoam that your job?" She wears Home Depot. I was like, "Yeah, we sell that." I was like, all right. Bought 2 sheets of those and bought Gorilla Glue, started learning how to build dioramas from scratch. I grabbed watching videos, actually all the builders, like how you do this and stuff like that. One builder told me you can use a torch. I'm like, I don't have a torch. She's like, you can use a steak knife or a kitchen knife, cut the edges of it. It gives you that rock formation. I'm like, for real? All right, start doing that. Whole table covered pink, and it actually worked. I'm like, wow, so you could use the same gravel. You could glue it together. I was like, oh wow, this is actually easy, fast. I was actually running out of time though, because the only days I was free was the weekends from my job. So I was working overnight, and I started at 6 and it come out whatever God knows when. So every weekend I decide to every weekend I just built. I took it one step at a time, changing ideas up and all that stuff. But I remember the day I sent the application. The next day I went to Gundam Planet. Wasted like over $150 of buying kits, paint, all this stuff, all these crazy materials. I was like, all right, it's like, and it started from there. And then I actually bought a book. I think I have a book here somewhere. I can show you that. Well, it's a random Japanese bookstore, but it has like artwork.
Oh, okay. It's like an art book, yeah.
Yeah, and I took some of the weathering techniques of it, and it's actually pretty good though. So the blood effect of the Barbaros actually came from the cover.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I decided like, that was actually like last minute thing before the GBWC. So I decided to like, let me try and learn how to do splatter effects and stuff like that. So did it that way, and then I thought myself, I'm not gonna win, but I guess it's done. Top, give it a nice big old top coat, and it's enter GBWC. And then I find out I won. I'm like, holy crap, I won! But yeah, it's like I just love this community so much though. Like it's amazing how you could take a piece of plastic and just make it into art. It brings the community together and stuff like that. It's outstanding how this one anime show decides to like print out these plastic things, and the way it is right now is ridiculous. And now we're getting a live action movie. It's like, oh, that's even better. But yeah,
it is pretty crazy to think that these toys from the 70s effectively grew to be such a massive thing, and really an art of its own, basically. And kind of going back to the blood effect that you had used, I think that diorama and how everything was posed, how the scene was set, the splatter effects, it really captured that whole IBO brutality that you get in the show, that really clunky, heavy thing.
Watching IBO, I don't like IBO that much. I don't know why. I love it, but at the same time, I don't like the pilots. Like a few of the pilots, I like Orc a lot because I can relate to his character. It's like, yeah, I've been through there and stuff like that. But the mobile suits, the designs are more mechanical. Barbaros is just amazing and all that stuff. It's just like the brutality it reminds me of Zeta. Like Zeta was very violent, and like IBO took it like another step and stuff like that. And then after building like a few IBO kits, I'm like, I really like the frames and all that stuff. I mean, like even though all the Barbaros kits are not that great, but you just if you just pose it just right, apply a little bit of glue and a little bit of wiring, you can just make it. You can make it very demonic, how the way I tried to make it demonic, how it is in the anime. But I rewatched IBO like 15 times just to like try to like recreate something, try to do something different, because I looking at other people's like Barbaros work, I'm like, they're all the same thing, the thunder effect coming out the eyes and he's missing the arm. But like, I try to change it up, but I like the way it came out, but I kind of rushed it. I wish I took my time with it, but I rushed it.
Yeah, having a month, you didn't have a whole lot of time with it.
I did it because when I saw the videos, like, holy crap, we only got a month. I'm like, I don't know how to do it, so whatever. Even my friends were like, we were thinking, they all gave up. It's like, don't give up. It's like, just keep going. I was working on the kit for 8 hours a day, the whole thing.
I would imagine. I mean, the way it turned out, you really like you put a lot of time into it in such a short amount of time, and it turned out really well in every aspect. It wasn't just that, the painting or the build or the posing was great. Just everything really tied together, and it fit Demon's Wrath very well.
Yeah, it did. I actually drew it on my Galaxy phone with the pen. So I was literally drawing on my phone. It was like, how should I do this? And it just came out the way I wanted. Because at first I was going to have him bent down on a mobile suit, but I was like, all right, they could do it without the armor. Well, you put it with the armor, he's a big bulky guy. He can't really move that much.
Yeah.
But it played out. It all played out fine. I mean, all the possibilities this kid could do is ridiculous. It's just it could do fine. It could do anything. But I guess once you put more maintenance work into it, I think I could get even better proposals with it. But I'm happy with it. You know, it's like I found the first person to win a GBWC in New Jersey, also the first Hispanic ever to win a GBWC ever. So I was like, all right, let's go for the Spanish community because, you know, I'm trying to find more Spanish community Gundam builders. I came across maybe like 50 of them, but I should think they should actually spread to South America for GBWC. There's a large community down there, definitely for GBWC. Instead of having 16, they have 17.
Yeah, you're kind of it's a little odd, you know, because you'd think they would, because, you know, they've got at least, you know, a couple of stops in North America, and then South America would make sense. It's, you know, relevant enough.
South
and then
America
Europe has 2 or 3.
Yeah, South America. And Russia, too.
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah, I mean, they really could. I mean, as international as it is, like, it's not really international. They really could expand that, and with it getting more and more popular every year.
Exactly. But I wish for the United States GBWC, I wish they would do the junior division. Because I think a lot of like young kids every time when I go over there, like I go to Instagram sometimes, like, hey, I'm doing Gunpla meetup, and hey, this is a good kid. I was like, hey, you can pick whatever kid you want, man. It's up to you. You know, I can tell you that kid is bad, but if you want to buy it, you like the sign. I'm not judging. Because I tell them I like Xeon kids, I like Zaku's. I mean, I build every single one of them. I don't mind them. I mean, if it's bad, I'll find a way to make them better. But it's like it really influenced the younger generation influenced me more, because like when I watch these kids like Indonesia, Malaysia, China, Japan do the junior division, it just blows my mind how these like the younger generation like do all this stuff. Like last year's GBWC, this one kid he submitted the blue golem, and it was the blue Sasabi. But very nice color, holding a machine gun. It's just a small diorama, but so basic. I'm like, wow, that kid won that one. It's like he only won the junior division. He won first place for his country, which is great. But yeah, I wish they do the junior division for the United States. It will make it much fun. I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's really, you know, as a community, I think a lot of the focus is on not only improving ourselves and the art and everything, but kind of easing new people into it, you know, regardless of age. But a lot of it is, you know, kids, teenagers, people just getting into it or getting back into it, kind of like you had mentioned you had after Wing and Seed, and coming back after it got Cody Kid.
The crazy thing is, my girlfriend was trying to explain to her mom what I did and what I won, and she did a whole research. She's like, yeah, I bought 2 of those bear guy kids, and then she's 50 years old, she's gonna learn how to build. I'm like, holy crap, and she's over there in Massachusetts, which is ridiculous. Like, oh wow, this is crazy. And I got my boyfriend, he wants to learn. He's the one that taught me how to airbrush, but he just saw the whole series of G Gundam. He's like, yeah, I like G Gundam. He's like, I want to get the burning gun, I want to build all that stuff. It's like, oh, go ahead. I mean, it's crazy though. My brother, he builds. He stopped for a while. Like he only buying like Xeon kits, and he has sick panel line work. His panel line work is crazy, but right now he's into like rapping, so he wants to have a rapping career.
Yeah, I mean, you know, your passions go different areas. You know, a lot of people.
He love it. Like he loves it. He grew up watching Gundam, Wing, G, and SD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the SD ones. I watch it with him. I was like, yeah, it's bad. I'll watch it with you anyways. Good laughs.
Yeah, it's still somewhat entertaining, if nothing else.
Yeah, the poor Zaku's got dominated.
Oh yeah, they just became jobbers real quick.
Yeah.
And you know, kind of you brought it up a little bit earlier, but winning that leg of the GBWC. And you know, not only being the first from New Jersey, but the first Hispanic as well. How does that feel? I mean, I know that's got to be exciting, but kind of has it set in yet?
It hasn't set in yet. I mean, it will set in if I represent North America go to Japan. That's the only time. Like when Gundam Nerd, he called me on Instagram. He's like, "How does it feel?" I was like, "I told him, it feels good. Honestly, it really did." He was like, "You told me it feels good." It feels really good. Like, and then that same night, my Instagram blew the hell up. My phone glitched out. It was that bad. I had to shut my phone down. That's how bad that was that night. It was
wow.
My phone blew. Yeah, my phone blew up. I was like, "Holy crap!" It's like, yeah, I'm gonna shut the phone off, going back to sleep. I look at it in the morning. It's like over 600 likes, shares. I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Oh, no, it just exploded.
Yeah, exploded. And then the crazy thing is, like, I went to the city. Well, I went to the city today, but I went to say like a couple days ago. Like, oh, you're that guy with that bar reels. I seen it over Facebook. I'm like, over Facebook? Like, I don't do Gunpla on Facebook. I have a Facebook account. I haven't logged on to that damn thing in years. It's like, yeah, they share all over the place. I'm like, for real? It's like, this is crazy. Even on Twitch, people like once in a while I jump in Twitch, see what people are building and say hi. And it's like, oh my god, it's that guy that did that bar was like, you're like, you for real? It's like,
how do you people know? How did it end up here?
It's crazy though. It's like, I was like, I did a simple build, but all right. To me, it was simple. Like, I did some time with it, but my mom seemed to enjoy it. She saw me building with it. I mean, but I did stop in the 1 week period because my great grandmother recently passed away through cancer that week. So I stopped for a while, and then my girlfriend's like, she's like, if you want to go home and continue build, I'll let you, because I know that's makes you who you are. She's like, I'll even let you bring your airbrush and all that stuff when your kid's over and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool. And she comforted me throughout, all this situation, all that stuff. And, so I put more detail into it. And, ever since the loss of my grandmother, she died a couple of weeks ago, during the last finishing touches I was doing to the Barbados and the grades and all that stuff and the diorama, it pushed me a little bit more harder and stuff like that. You can't take life for granted. You only live once, and you gotta, experience things as much as you can before you go, because you never know. It could be our last day right now, tomorrow. It's just, But yeah, that's life. I mean, experience much as you can. You never know what's the next time it could be over, basically.
Yeah, and it definitely gives you that extra kind of push, or that I don't want to say sense of purpose, but it does motivate you a little bit more, kind of to delve deeper into that work. And like you said, you're only here once. You might as well push yourself and push the limits.
You never know. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna win. I told myself I wanted to place in GBWC, but so far I only saw one crazy build. And I think Chicago with this crazy Zaku. And I guess it's just me and him and some other guy. But so far, I guess I have to find out next week what's happening in New York, what's crazy stuff. Because I know in New York, there's a lot of monsters over there, builders. Crazy guys over there.
Mm-hmm. So there's... that's usually a big one.
Monsters are at, yeah. Because in New Jersey, there's not that much builders. The majority of us is just maybe I just want to say estimate 5,000. In New Jersey, there's not that much builders there. I know there's a few builders down south Jersey, but there's not that much of us in Jersey, stuff like that, which is really crazy. I'm like, Gunpla is there, and then majority of people start for Gunpla all come from the city, not from New Jersey, and this is really weird, stuff like that. They always ask, where are you from? Jersey? Oh yeah, we don't get much Jersey guys here. That's really crazy though.
Yeah, it really is something that, I get a very similar sense. With Texas, It's a little different because we've got a lot of space between all of us. But, we've got communities, but they're really tight-knit. And, it's a real close group. And I remember just a few times going to the cons here and seeing the GBWC builds and everything and being like, that's really cool. Phenomenal work, way better than what I did. And then, you know, you see the pictures of the, you know, people who are going on in GBWC, and you're like, how did you do that? What? And it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy though. I mean, like, I'm always trying to push everybody on Instagram to join the actually enter the GBWC. I was like, it doesn't matter how good your skills are, just get the experience, you know. Because when I did my first GBWC last year, 2018, on Anime NYC, it was very intimidating seeing all these crazy works. Like, yeah, that's it. I know I already lost, but I built my Mega Saizaku for 9 months, and it's here. You know, I learned how to weather chipping, all that crazy stuff. And, you know, I'm proud of myself. You know, this is like, I'm proud of myself that I did the commitment. It's there, it's the display. I didn't win. I win as my friend win. He went to Japan, which is crazy. You know, met with Gundam Nerd, and for the first time after that, we're tight. All the other builders, you know, from different states, they all came down there that I actually knew for Instagram. We didn't care. We just like, this is just for fun, you know. That's what Gunpla is. It just brings people together. That's how it should be. That's how exactly it should be. You know, enjoy the build and stuff like that. You know, enjoy other people's work. You know, like recently, like the Gunpla community becoming toxic for no reason. I'm like, why? It's just, you know, it's, you know, people talking about Child of Mecca and Gunpla bashing. I was like, I'm staying away from that, you know. I know the story, but yeah, you know, because it's like, I see Child of Mecca's work. His stuff is amazing. Do I like the guy? You know, I don't like him as much. You know, it's kind of egotistic. Nerd, the same thing too. I love Nerd. You know, Child of Mecca, never met him. I hear he's a great guy. He's, you know, it's like, his work is amazing. His work is amazing. I really give him respect for that. You know, I would never hate on anybody because of something. You know, you can't like everybody in the world, but for me, hating somebody, I could never hate nobody, you know.
Oh, but yeah, it really, like, just doesn't serve a purpose after a point. You just, like, you're tiring yourself out with all the negativity.
Yeah, it's just, like, 29, gonna have a kid soon, gonna be 30. I always try to say negativity. I always try to say confident, period, you know. I think confidence is the key to for anything in life. You can achieve anything with it. I mean, try to surround myself with just good people. That's about it. I mean, like, I met Boonsy. Like, I didn't know Boonsy was following me from Instagram for a while until I popped in to say, hey, what's up? He's building the RG. He's like, yeah, I built the RG unicorn. It's like, wait a second, you're Koja from Instagram, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh crap. I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't know. It's like, I thought I followed you guys. I usually try to follow much people, you know, from Instagram. They follow me, I'll follow you back. I always check out people's work all the time. You know, try to give them tips and stuff like, oh, how you scribe, how you use Gundam markers, all that crazy stuff. Like, you know, I always try to give people tips all the time.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's a huge part of that community thing that you've been talking about this whole time. Of, you know, not only is it this whole thing that you really build these lasting friendships with people, even, you know, that you may not have known it, but it's like, oh, you know, we've followed each other for a while. We've got at least a little back and forth. But a lot of it is watching and helping each other progress. And kind of like you mentioned with dioramas, like you just started watching videos and consulting and like, hey, how do I do this?
That was my first diorama too. And I'm looking at it, like, oh, this thing looks terrible. And then I went so many different coats of Tamiya, like, different type of browns, earth, sand, and everything. I went through like 4 or 5 bottles to like literally just airbrush that thing. It was ridiculous. Like, yeah, I gotta buy more. One bottle's not enough.
Yeah, no, you needed to go a little deeper, and it really, like, it shows. Just, I think that's one part of that whole thing, is that it doesn't look like, and I think this is the same for a lot of, you know, the really stunning looking dioramas and things like that. It's not 1 or 2 things that were done very well. It's everything was done in a way that was able to present itself as a scene in a cohesive thought. It was brutal. It was
I
demon.
try to keep it like how I saw IBO, like all the fight scenes, all it takes in Mars and stuff like that. All that desert, like all that desert ground, Mars. I try to find like, a color, try to like an orange, reddish color, try to match it. Couldn't find it. It's like, well, I could just use like earth, sand, brown. I was like blending in the colors. It actually has white in it, believe it or not. You can't see it, but the white actually brings out the black and some of the yellow, shiny brown parts. Because my mother's boyfriend taught me more about shading and shadowing and stuff like that. So I kind of like testing it in the same time, you know, try to match it. And I was like, all right, so I have a different color pattern. So every time I go to the city, go on the plan, try to find different type of browns. I was like, this will work, but I think this one will work better. I'll buy two. It can never hurt.
Exactly,
so
extra paint.
Yeah, I went to my storage unit. It's like, oh man, I gotta get this brown, red, wine red. It has a little bit of wine red on it. But the splatter effect for the airbrush to get it splatter blood like that. I was on YouTube and it's like, all right, I want to put blood in it. I might take a risk. Just one more day before GBWC. I might take a risk with this, but like, let me see. So when I saw in the video, the guy put a little bit of paint. You don't have to thin it, but put the air pressure low, and it's gonna clog the airbrush a little bit. It's kind of bad, but when you spray, it's gonna squirt out.
Yeah, it's a
so
splatter.
It became that splatter effect. So I was like, all right, it's working. It's like, all right. I try not to overdo it. I think I overdid it, but it just came out fine though. And my mom boyfriend's like, what the hell? I was like, how you did the splatter for? You did it with paintbrush? Like, no, that was airbrush. He's like, how you did that? I show him, like, I did it like this. So I think I didn't clean it. I think I messed with the airbrush. I had to clean it, but after I cleaned, it's like, I did it like this. I'm like, holy crap, that works. Like, yeah, it works. So it works actually fine. Like, even though I took the picture at what's the name of that book? So Kuniko, whatever I won the GBWC at. The lighting was off when I tried to take a picture, and it's better I tell everybody, it's better when you see the kit in person because you can actually see it more and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I would imagine the different shades and everything you just talked about with the painting and mixing.
See it so much more. Like,
camera just does not do it justice in those things.
No, my phone takes really good pictures. It's just it had too much light where it was displayed, and it's like you can't really see it.
Yeah, washed out a lot of it.
Yeah. Trust me, my girlfriend Kaz, man, he knocks a lot of my kids down.
Oh yeah, no, I figured this would happen. This happened yesterday, and this happens normally, but at least that's not as distracting as walking straight in front of the camera, because he does that a lot. Don't.
No,
that's why all the shelves are high.
My girlfriend's cat, he actually broke the mace off the Barbados. Actually, yesterday.
Oh,
so no. I got glued quick. I glue it, and it was so fragile. If it gets like a little bit friction, it will knock off. So I was like, oh well, if I get represented to the United States, it's good. I still won the trophy. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. I did my mission. I'm just waiting for the results. I'm just waiting for everybody to finish their stuff. I'm actually interested. Everybody's GBWC entrance. I saw a really good one of Blue Sasabi on the ocean. And you see, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you type in GBWC hashtag 2019, you will see it. It was on the recent. It's a blue Sasabi, Verka. And it's a diorama. It's walking through the ocean, and you see Char on top of the cliff. It was like the coolest shit ever.
Oh, I think it vaguely, like, I don't remember exactly, but the cliff thing with Char, that's what got me. I was like, wait a second, that sounds familiar.
He posted like a couple of days ago, and I commented, me and just talking back and forth about GBWC and stuff like that. And he said it was probably his first one. I was like, yo, man, go for it, man. It's like,
hell yeah.
It's like, I'll be happy to go against your piece. Your piece is like amazing. Like the way he has that sausage, he's just walking through the ocean. It's just, you see the cliff, you see like Char standing right there. I was like, yeah, that looks cool right there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and that's a piece right there.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to that whole scene setting thing of that with the Sotheby. You mentioned before, everyone uses the Sotheby because it's so popular.
Uses the Sotheby. It's a popular kit though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having ideas for next year GBWC already, even though I was like working on the barbells. So I was probably gonna use the PG Banshee, or maybe use one of the Char's mobile suits like I always wanted, because the my original GBWC entry is supposed to call it the Raffle the Red Comet. That was supposed to be. I was supposed to use the Sotheby, and I thought myself, everybody uses the Sotheby. And I love the Sotheby for a cause. It's an amazing kit. I recommend it to anybody if you have the money. It's a great kit. But everybody uses the Sotheby. The Zaku's, everybody uses the Zaku's, but you got to do it in a different way than they've never seen it before.
Yeah. And it's surprising we still get Zaku's that are so different and unique that you're like, the Zaku's been out this long and we're still getting new things.
Exactly. Like, my favorite Zaku design is the Zaku Stritzer from Vance Laseda. That custom like V-fin it has and everything, and that thing just got to me, and that's inspired me making the mega size prototype of Zaku Stritzer. And watching Thunderbolt at the same time, I was like, I love Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's that's my thing right there. Thunderbolt. I tell people, you want to see Gundam? Here's the DVD. Watch it. Come back to me maybe 2-3 hours, or maybe the next day. He's like, I love that. He's like, it's crazy, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, where's this? Is there any more series like that? I was like, yeah. It's like long ones, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good one to get in on.
That's how I used to do with my mom's boyfriend, Thunderbolt. He saw it. He's like, oh man, this is just crazy. Yeah. Sorry I cut you off, but.
Oh no, you're fine. But no, you're absolutely right. It's a good one to start with. It's visually stunning. The soundtrack's phenomenal.
I have it on my phone too, especially when I airbrush. Oh, that's like my favorite thing. I remember once my girlfriend asked me, like, what do you listen to? Like, I don't listen to jazz music, Thunderbolt, and all that stuff. Like, the soundtrack is amazing. Especially too, I mean, like every weekend I usually go out drinking, and I usually just talk with my girlfriend about she wants to know more about Gundam, and I try to tell her about the whole story and everything and stuff like that. And she usually give me ideas like, maybe you should do this and that and stuff like that. But the funny thing, one of my friends, Gunpla Collective, you probably know him on Instagram. So when he heard the news I'm having a kid, he was like, oh, before the baby reveal, you should buy the Shining Gundam and the Nobel Gundam. So if it's a boy or girl, this yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that now. Yeah,
that's good thinking. He was the head of the game on that.
That's a good thinking since to do the gender reveal.
I would have never had thought of that.
I never thought of that. He told me about that. I was like, that's good. So it would be the first kit I'll build and customize it. So when she gets whatever the child gets older, this is for you.
Yeah, it's like, here you go. This is your first present ever.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
I was like, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea, though.
It really is. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. That's
nobody.
This whole.
I'm definitely gonna do it. I'll find out the gender somewhere in August. So.
Oh yeah, so you're coming up on it, but you got a little time.
Yeah, definitely. Those kits are easy to find.
Oh yeah, they're not terribly expensive either. They're fairly old. Say fairly. They're old. They're oldish,
Oldish, yeah. They'll be really easy to build.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be really easy. And kind of talking about projects and things. You mentioned a couple of future things, but right now, are you working on anything? Even if it's just a straight build or anything, or was there anything you're working on?
I did a few straight builds. Gonna paint them soon, but it's not. I'm gonna paint them right away. I'm working on the Dynamis.
Dynamis?
Dynamis, there we go. For a build off of me and my friends, I have some crazy ideas on when to airbrush for that, because I was like, I'm probably gonna do maybe a white, grayish, hint of blue color. I like the green. The green's good. So I started building it actually yesterday. So I started building yesterday, and I was like, this kit is actually pretty good. I mean, the num marks not that very visible. You could get them off very easy. It's I just built the chest outer frame, but I was like very stunned. Like the numbers are very minimal. It's like, yo, they should build master crates like this. That's how crazy it is. So I have the frame just done, just the chest frame done. That's just gonna be the build off. So the next thing I'm gonna build this monster. So I decided to pick this guy up today. I always want to build this video. So I have some crazy ideas I want to do with this. This is probably gonna be a long project, but that's the one monster I want to build. So that's one project, and whenever my resin go do the convert resin with the cycle switcher with that guy. So that's gonna be another project. And from that, I guess when winter hits, there's a lot of good kits coming out winter. A lot of good. Actually, I'm sorry, October. A lot of good kits are coming out October. So from around October, that's when I start winding down, not building as much, but try to thinking ideas for next year GBWC.
And kind of get into the planning phase, as it were.
Planning. That's how I started last year and this year. The majority of the builders that I met in person that entered GBWC, that's how they usually do it too, which is pretty crazy. Get the idea, and then by January, February, start buying the kits, because around March and April, that's when they announce the GBWC.
Yeah,
but
you have to be prepared.
Yeah, but they announced it really late for the United States in May. And I was like, I got a month to do it. I'm like, oh man. I gotta put the Sasabi back in storage, put this perfect gray Zaka back in storage. I was like, all right, go to Gunpla Planet, start fresh, new idea. A lot of going to the bar, drawing, going to the bar, drinking, with my friends, getting ideas from them, stuff like that. But yeah, it came all together and stuff like that. I was actually feeling real pressure. It was like, I'm really not good with deadlines. I'm really not.
Oh yeah, especially that short. Like, I mean, you were super. Like he said, you worked on it 8 hours a day for a month solid. Like that's a full-time job.
It was only on the weekends too. I was keep going, getting late to my dates with my girlfriend, and my hands all dirty. She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "It's like, it's fine. You enjoying what you're doing, As long as you're here, it's fine, which is great."
Yeah, I mean, that really is like having that level of understanding, especially when it's like, you don't understand, I have a month to go. It really is.
She knew I was stressing though. And she's like, there's one night I could have stopped sleeping. I tried to sleep, I couldn't. I was thinking, it was like, what idea? She's like, you okay? It's like, yeah, I'm trying to. I try not to stress, man. It's like, it's GBWC 3 weeks away. Diorama's not done painting and stuff like that, But yeah, it's just a lot of thinking, a lot of airbrushing. It's a lot of maintenance. A lot of alcohol involved. Help me thinking.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, it helps. It gets the creative juices flowing.
The crazy thing though, when people drink with me, they're like, you don't get that drunk. It's like, I'm a high tolerance. I said, I don't drink to get drunk. I just enjoy the taste of alcohol and stuff like that. Just like different taste of different alcohols and stuff like that. When I went to the city today with my friend, he invited me to a Japanese restaurant. He's like, you want a Japanese beer? I was like, I've never had it. He's like, this one kind of tastes like Heineken. I'm like, I don't know, Heineken tastes like piss water. I was like, I'll give it a try. He's like, it's like Heineken, but 10 times better. It tastes sweeter. So I'm like, I actually like this better than Heineken. And it's like, I don't like Heineken. And it's like, I had that today. It's like, oh man, let me get like one more round to this draft. It's actually really good. It's like, man, Japanese beer, it was like such a good spice. I'm like, oh my God, I really love this. I'm like, is it you to get drunk? I'm like, nah. I'm like, after the fourth one, I gotta go. I got an interview today.
I gotta do something.
Yeah. It's like, after I finish drinking, I'm gonna go buy the Sasabi. I was supposed to get home early, but I got stuck in traffic in New York City 3 hours. Oh man, it was brutal. It was really hot today. It was so brutal. And then my phone dies. Like, it dies. There we go.
Is it almost the same way? Like, I woke up, got to work. I work a morning shift, so I get there about 6 a.m. Looked at my phone and was like, oh shit, I only have 30% battery. I have like a 9-hour day. the hell? And luckily it didn't die, but yeah, no. And then traffic, not near as bad as New York, but yeah, it still took me about an hour to get home, which is not abnormal, but it's, yeah, no, I know a little bit of that pain.
Yeah, it took me 3 hours. Like, I've been in traffic in New York, but not like this bad, especially how hot it was and stuff like that. Like, for me to get over there, like, I'm staying with my girlfriend in Jersey City since she's pregnant, you know, supporting her and stuff, you know, she changed her evening habit and stuff like that. Like, her evening habit is crazy. Like, one day she wake up in the morning, I want eggs. I'm like, where are we gonna get eggs for in the morning?
Yeah.
He's like, can you wait for 2 hours? Like, I'll make you a salad, you know?
Yeah.
You know, keep you by, or ice cream. Is like, wake up 2 in the morning, I'm hungry, can you make me ice cream? Get a big bowl of ice cream. She destroy that ice cream. I'm like, holy crap. And she's only in, what, 6 weeks? And tomorrow she'll be 7 weeks. She started showing. Oh, man. It's a roller coaster with her and stuff like that. But we're really super excited, though. Really super excited. Yeah, I'm trying to find another job. I'm applying to like crazy places and stuff like that. I even applied to Gunpla Planet. They're like, oh, we're not hiring at the moment, but like, and during the holidays we are. And I was like, oh, all right, okay. At least I know. But yeah, but if things doesn't work out, I mean, if I can't get a job here in time, because the one thing is I don't like staying at home and doing nothing. Mm-hmm. Even though I have like PlayStation and the Xbox One, Switch, I don't play video games that often, and I really like building at night too. I mean, I think nighttime was all relaxed, you know. But like, I can't stay home. It's like, it drives me nuts. So I was like, I got to do something, you know. I always love traveling. I always travel the city, different places all the time. But I was like, I got to find a job. Like, I can't. Being home drives me nuts. Yeah. Because, you know, my mom told me, like, to always be a hardworking person and you can achieve anything you want. And which is kind of true. You know, you put your mind to it, save money, then you can achieve anything you want. But if I can't find a job here, then I'm going to move to Florida and find a job in Florida. It'd be easier there because all this job experience I have here is much easier to get over there. And not only that, one of my good friends that live in New York moved from New York, I guess, I want to say about a month ago. Gunpla, he lives in Florida, so that's my good friend right there. So he'd probably be super happy. Like, so yeah, I'll be moving to Florida. At least we can start building together again, like how we used to, going out to bars and stuff, you know. But yeah, that's my guy right there. I miss that big guy. Love my buddy.
Well, if worst comes to worst, you know, you'll get to hang out with them again.
Yeah, it's the same. Florida, I mean, especially too, we be living in a big house too. I mean, my girlfriend's mom, she's like, hey, you can live with us free rent. They just built a new house for us. And I'm like, for real? I was like, I love the heat, I hate the winter.
A good reason to get out of New York.
Yeah, you know,
New Jersey, the whole area.
I love like the calm area and stuff like that. I love the calm area. But not only that, you'll see Gundam stores there. And I found out, I typed in the location where, just in case I do move there, I will live like 10 miles away from USA Gundam store warehouse. Like, perfect. I don't have to order. I could just drive there.
Yeah, you can just drive down the road.
Yeah, or Uber there. Yeah, drive down the road, which is great. I mean, which is really great.
That's really cool. Like, you're close to Gundam Planet now, then like you'd be close to the USA Gundam store.
Yeah, I'm only a 20-minute drive for Gundam Planet. Yeah, only a 20-minute drive. That's about it. I wish more stores would just like carry Gundam kits. Walmart, Target. They should like start like holding them. I remember back in the day they used to, but I don't know what happened now.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe, you know, it's a possibility. And even if it's marked up a little bit like Hobby Towns or any of those chains, it's like, if you're there, you see it, you're like, I might buy it. It's not that much more.
In Target, man, I'll buy the whole book. I used to work at Target. That's the crazy thing.
You just walk up and clear the shelf.
Yeah, it's not even going to the back room. Yeah, let me LSU this location, that location, grab the 3 bucks. How much? Here you go. I'm out of here. That's how I used to do when I used to work at Target, when I used to play Magic the Gallery. Oh, the new set is out? Hold on, let me buy the new set real quick.
Yeah, let's walk back here real quick.
Yeah, let me take like 3 cases out of the location, LSU it, hit the employee discount. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting pretty close to the end. I like to have a part at the end here, just to kind of give you a soapbox, as it were, to talk about anything important to you, or shout out anyone, or just kind of feel like a minute or so of whatever you want to do. Shout outs, plug yourself, whatever you want.
Well, first of all, shout outs to my whole family. Being supportive of what I do. Even though I drive my mother nuts about all the boxes, she's like, "What are you gonna do with these boxes?" My girlfriend being super supportive. Greek Gunpla for Instagram. Gundam Nerd, Jake Bot, Gundam Collective, New Type 10, all those guys right there. And the one word I always tell anybody, the one word that said it wasn't unicorn, the beast of possibility. Anything can happen. That's the one word I always like from unicorn. Even though I rewatched Unicorn again this morning.
It's a good one. It is really solid. That's one of those. Each series has it, but there's always that one thought or that idea that sticks out and sticks with you.
Yeah, the beast of possibility. Yep, that's what it is. That's what the suit was made for the Laplace's body. The beast of possibility. Anything's possible.
Exactly. Anything, the human possibility.
Anything is possible in Gunpla. If you put your mind and heart and soul to it, anything is possible.
And you heard it there, guys. Of course, if you've not checked out Red Kojo on Instagram, please do. We'll put the links in the description down below. And of course, feel free to check us out on Gunpla Network. You're already here. You should subscribe anyway. Leave some comments, leave some likes, and of course, guys, keep it spicy.
All right, peace out.